What's up, guys? I wanted to show you my Big Rock that's over 2 years old. I purchased this truck about 2 weeks after the version 3 came to market. So I guess somebody can look that up if they want to verify. I can't remember when the version 3 came to market, but I believe it was a little over 2 years ago. A lot of people don't believe that this truck is real. They're like, hey, there's no way you have a 2-year-old truck that's almost all factory and still runs. Sorry, guys, but yeah, I do. I don't know what you guys do wrong, but I beat the shit out of this truck and it just continues to run forever. That's why I love it so much, and that's why I continue to recommend the Arrma 3S line to literally everybody I know. As a little 10th scale basher or for a starter basher, just anybody who wants a smaller truck, basically, for bashing. But, so when I first bought this truck, I didn't like the Spectrum electronics, so I immediately replaced them. So I've never driven on the Spectrum electronics. I took them out before I ever drove the truck. And also this M2C racing motor mount, as soon as these came to market, I ordered one and put it on. Because I've seen all the issues about bent motor mounts. When your truck comes down from a jump, and this happens on all RC cars, your motor is basically a big weight that hangs off the back of your motor mount, so it does this. It wants to do that, because all that weight slams down, and it wants to twist in that motor mount. So the stock motor mount bends a lot. A lot of people have issues with it, so as soon as this aftermarket motor mount came out, I put it on. Just to prevent any issues, because once that bends, it bends the spur gear, because the spur gear is also in here, and that means that your center drive shaft no longer sits level. It'll sit like a little bit up here or something, and that means that the output is twisted that goes to your rear diff, and that can cause diff issues. It's a nightmare. You do not want this to move whatsoever. And I think that's a big reason why, believe it or not, but the spur gear in here is the original one from over 2 years ago. It's still the plastic factory OEM. I've never warrantied it. I've never needed a replacement or upgrade of any kind. It's still the factory one. After, 130 battery packs? Still the factory plastic spur gear. Same thing with the diffs. The diffs are original. The shocks are basically original, but with one exception. So I have tuned them. I've put in a little bit of extra preload. I put one of those plastic spacers that's included. I stuck an extra one in there, and then also gave it thicker fluid, so that way it can absorb the jumps better and not really break stuff as much. The fronts are completely original from 2 years ago. The rears were warrantied out once, and that's because I bent one shock shaft. They're only sold in pairs, so when I asked for a warranty replacement, I got 2 shocks, and why would I run one old one with one new one? That was about a year ago. So, that happens. They're not the best shocks in the world. They're plastic. Whatever. Not a big deal. Anyways, so yeah, most of this truck is original. You'll actually be able to tell that these are new tires and those are old ones. You're probably like, what's up with that? Well, this is actually a 4S ESC. I tried 4S ESC once for literally 15 seconds. I touched full throttle for maybe 2 seconds, and that was enough to blow the tires to smithereens. So, yeah, no, 4S, not a good idea with granite tires. Don't do that. It's a bad idea. So, anyways, oh yeah, some guy said, this truck's not operational. It doesn't work. There's no way. It's over 2 years old. There's no way. Here, let's go ahead and prove you wrong right now, you dumbass. Okay, Big Rock V3 selected. There we go. There's some steering. There's some throttle. Nope. Come back here. Come back here. No. Come back here in front of me. There we go. Okay, off. You're wrong. I did not show you pictures of an inoperable truck because this is that truck. There you go. So before you go trying to tell people that they're wrong, maybe you should, I don't know why people lie on the internet, but I don't. Anyways, Like, I'm not going to lie to a bunch of strangers I don't know. I don't see the point in that. But anyways, he was trying to say that, like, this link back here is ripped out and that makes the truck undrivable. No, dumbass, it's just bent. It's a little bit bent. You know what that does? It does nothing. When the link bends, all it does is, it gets a little bit shorter because of the bend, and it pulls the tire in, so your camber is a little bit off. So you know what I did? I loosened it up to push the tire back out so it's straight again. That's it. You just readjust the camber whenever you bend one of those links. That's all you have to do. And then the truck still drives like nothing happened. Let's see here. What else do we want to go over? Oh yeah, a lot of people wanted me to prove that this actually is a 2-year-old truck. So here we go. Here's some evidence for you. The steering links are actually so loose at this point that, see, they don't hold on to the balls anymore. So that's literally, this truck has been steered back and forth so many times that the plastic has widened open. It has worn away. That's just a normal thing with plastic. Plastic gets old. Eventually it will wear out. So, even though the truck does drive, it doesn't drive, let's say it doesn't drive precisely anymore. It's really not precise because, look at the play in the steering. That's not even touching the servo yet. That's just play. Straight up play. And that's normal. That doesn't mean anything's broken. It doesn't mean you can't drive the truck. It just means that, it's not going to be competitive on a racetrack. That's for sure. Other evidence, things like, same thing. These links back here, they're so loose, they just kind of wobble back and forth. God damn it, if I could get the camera to see that. Maybe let's do the other side. Maybe the other side will be easier. There you go, yeah. See how loose that is? See how it just goes back and forth and doesn't even hang on to anything? Yeah, it's just old. The truck is very, very old. However, not every single piece is original. Unfortunately, I'm not that lucky. I don't think anybody's that lucky. But, I was pretty lucky. They lasted up until just a couple months ago. It's currently April 1st. We've had a lot of snow here in Salt Lake City. It's actually snowing outside right now. It's one of the heaviest winters we've ever had. We had a snowstorm probably 3-4 weeks ago that they said was the heaviest snowstorm Salt Lake City has seen in over 20 years. So, the snow was so deep that I tried to drive my car out of my driveway, like my actual car, and I got stuck in snow so deep I couldn't open the door. I was stuck in the car. Kind of sucked, actually. I should have thought about that and not tried to do that. But anyways, so yeah, let's go over what's been actually replaced. I can't remember if I told you, but one of the rear shocks, it did bend a shaft, so I got a warranty replacement about a year ago. Let's see, what else? So just recently, like I said, we've had the heaviest winter of 20 years right now. So I haven't driven it much this winter, but we did go bashing in January on a random warm day where all the snow melted and it was like 45 degrees out and it was nice. So we went and did some skate park bashing, and I finally broke the 2-year-old chassis. I finally landed it on a curb like that, just straight in the middle, and it just snapped right in half. Pretty good though. Lasted about the 2 years, and you're probably wondering, well, why does this one look all worn and used up then? Well, after the chassis broke, we went bashing, once or twice more in the winter. So this is just from scraping on the concrete at the skate park. When it comes down, bottoms out. This is just the normal wear and tear you see from skate park bashing. Same thing there, because I got new skid plates with the new chassis, because the old ones were so old and worn that, the plastic was like less than a millimeter thick. It was actually so worn down that this screw here was exposed and being worn down. So, yeah, the skid plates were old as shit, and I figured might as well get some new ones. I'm getting a new chassis, so they never actually broke. They were fine. But you can tell that these arms are 2 years old because, yeah, a lot of scratching, little chunks of plastic missing. They're very much worn down and very, very old. But the rear links are actually new. There's a reason for that. So the rear ones finally did break, but trust me, they're tough as hell. So they lasted nearly the 2 years. They also broke at that bashing session in January. So about the 2 years, yeah. And so I think it was the left one that let go. And what had happened was it cracked on one side. It cracked on just this side and went about halfway through. I actually super glued it, and it held like that for about 7-8 months, like 3/4 of a year. Didn't have any issues with it. But finally, that bashing session at the skate park in January finished it off. It broke all the way through, took out that side with it. The whole arm fell apart in half. So, yeah, I did eventually get new rear arms, but I don't think I've even driven on these yet, actually. Have I? I can't remember, but I know they're new. I mean, you can tell, look at how shiny they are. They're nice. Wheelie bars, all original, 2 years old. The wheels don't roll very well anymore. I'm sure they're just old bearings. Actually, no, I don't think the 3S has bearings in here. I think it's just plastic that just, free rides on other plastic. So anyways, there you go. This is my 2-year-old Big Rock. Yeah, it's been through hell and back. I mean, no battery pack I've ever charged and put in here has been gentle running. I don't run this truck gentle. I bought it to be my invincible basher. When everything else fails, I pull this out and it saves the day. And that's what it does. I mean, I own a Creighton 6S EXB. I own a Creighton 6S RTR. I've owned 4 or 5 Creighton 6Ss, actually. I've got a V2 over there right now, the V2 4S. That chassis is actually broken in half right now. I've got Low Seas, that's actually a Team Magic from Europe. The Summit's out in another room. I've got some other RCs in another room. But yeah, no matter which of these RCs breaks, the Arrma 6Ss, that Arrma 4S, that Losi Laser Nut, the Super Baja Ray, no matter what RC breaks, this one runs forever. Even my Arrma Creighton 6S EXB, the Extreme Bash Edition, it has a lot of issues with the diffs. It breaks all the time. I can never seem to get it through a single battery pack, so yeah, this is tougher than my EXB, believe it or not. This is tougher by a long shot. It's gotten to the point where whenever I bring an Arrma 6S anywhere, I always bring this truck and just shove it in the trunk, because whenever the 6S inevitably fails, and it always will, I always end up pulling this out. Every single time. Like, it does not matter. You can think whatever you want to think, but that's the truth. This is how this truck's been to me. I mean, I have no reason to lie to strangers on the internet. What the hell do I care what they think? But anyways, yeah, just bent turnbuckle, a little bit of damage here and there, but she runs and she continues running forever. So yeah, get yourself one of these, get the M2C Racing motor mount to stop all that damage from happening. And I don't know, I've heard the Spectrum electronics are pretty okay. I don't care for them. I still don't care for them. I don't care about that lag in the low end. I've heard all about that, where it feels like you have turbo lag on the Spectrum motors, because for some reason at low RPM they just don't have good torque. And they don't get good torque until they get higher in the RPM. So, yeah. Yeah, if you guys have any other have any other questions or any other doubts, just hit me up, DM me, whatever you want. I'll give you all the information you want. I'll tell you what I know, but the truck is over 2 years old, so just be prepared, because I might not remember something exactly at this point. It's so old that, like, you can't expect somebody to remember things from that long ago perfectly. Because, like, I don't think about this truck every day. I don't think, oh, what am I going to do next to it? I don't. No, dude, this is the truck that I can just chuck at a brick wall and not give a shit about. It's the fun truck. That's all there is to it. All right, see ya.